Trap Ties. Got a lot of knowledge, right? You know, I be talking economics. I be going crazy on my rants, creating attention. Now it's time to, give y'all segment by segment of my background, because other than that, I'd be anonymous to y'all, which was cool for a second. But I know y'all want to know backgrounds and how I gained this knowledge, or other than that, it'd be mysterious. But, to get started, it's gonna take long segments, again, blogging, YouTube, as you know. Stuff that the knowledge I've been putting out was urgent, and still gonna be more knowledge, there's lessons to be learned within lessons. The game is I know, again, people gain interest when they know more of you. So I'm gonna take this chance to, vlog, go ahead, get views, and also gain the followers. But yeah, man, Zeta Roofy, JR Mobile, Hugh, however you wanna say. But man, growing up, start off with growing up, man. I'm from the DMV, as they call it, DC, Maryland, Virginia. I'm from Maryland to be Pacific. We rub this camera on. Maryland to be Pacific, you know what I'm saying? Born in DC side at the Greater Hospital, though. Greatest Hospital of Southeast. Or Greater Southeast Hospital. I'm sorry. Yeah, now they called it something else, though. But anyway, everybody know in DC what it's called, and in Maryland people know it too. Born there. At that time, my people was living in Forestville, and then they ended up moving to Clinton for a couple years. East Bonnywood, to be Pacific, right? And it was weird around there, man. I gotta tell you about these ghost stories. But I lived around there for a couple years, and then ended up moving back to Forestville, which I claim, which I got tribe ties and stuff. And Forest Village, to be Pacific, which is on Forestville Road and Arena Road. It's on Arena. Arena. Shout out to Arena. So, shout out to that song, Bad News, the Go-Go song. You hear them shout it out. But, long live Chopper Black at that, too. The game is I moved back out to Forestville, man. I live, that life. You know what I'm saying? I was open up to that, too. But I also came from a loving family at first, and I come from a big family, so I had a foundation that I come from, and that allowed me, even though we went to riches to rags, and now we're going back to riches. I wouldn't just say the riches or rags, because again, my people was living in Fools when I was first born. They just came up. So my father came up on a good job. By the time I was probably like 2 or 3, and then we moved to Clinton. Then my parents got a divorce around 7, and then we moved back out Forestville. So anyway, the change of different sceneries, but also my background with my family and my foundation with them, allowed me to have a good perspective on life, and allowed me to have a broad perception on things and situations and relations and interactions between people and socialism, So this is where this knowledge comes from, and certain things that happened in my life made me dive into knowledge way harder, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, born in Greater Southeast Hospital, lived in Forestville, then we moved to Clinton side where I experienced these ghost stories. Get to these ghost stories. Man. So, my aunt, so-called, don't remember all the way her little encounter. I'm going to go with my aunt encounter first. My aunt encounter, she seen one night, my aunt was living with us. They was getting that house built. Her husband at the time was a contractor. That's where I get my mechanical inclined skills from, and being good with my hands. Again, mechanically inclined. I know how to use tools and stuff. Shout out to my Uncle Matt. But yeah, he was a contractor, so anyway, he was getting the house built. And while they was getting the house built, they was living with us in our basement in a house in East Bonnywood or West Bonnywood, same jump community for real. And one day she woke up in the middle of the night, I guess. She was getting up to go get something. And she said she seen an extra shadow walking on the wall. There's nobody else walking but her. She screamed, and basically everybody woke up in the house. And when my father came downstairs, she was explaining the story how she seen an extra shadow on this wall. So anyway, that's just that encounter. My encounter, where I'm explaining in detail, is very, very, very wild. I was probably I couldn't be no older than 4 because I started school at 4 in that fall because my birthday is late in December. So my parents wanted me to be counted to them to be on time because I'd be 5 while I'm in school instead of starting while I'm 5 and then be turning 6 while I'm in school because my birthday is in December. So I started school at 4. So at this time I had to be before I went to school because I was at home. And I don't remember it happening the next day or before that day being at school. I was just off, and I remember my brother being at school. But let's go forward. On this particular day, I wake up in my parents' bed, maybe because of nightmares, whatever, I'm 4, you know what I'm saying? Giving you a foresight on the story. My mother's at work. At this time, I don't know. I'm just waking up. Nobody's in the bed. Now, to give you the prelude of why I'm even waking up, because I'm in a good sleep. I'm just out of there, you know what I'm saying? Out of there. But meanwhile, while I'm out of there, my dream is vibrating. So, I'm kind of getting woke up on my sleep, and as I'm coming back to my consciousness, my eyes not open yet, I'm realizing the room is shaking, like my body's shaking. So when I finally, squint my eyes, kind of waking up, like, oh snap, the room's shaking. My house shaking. So that's when I jump up, I snap out of it. Like, oh snap. Looking around, but nobody next to me, nobody in the bed. So I'm like, whoa, what the heck going on? So I hop up out the bed. I start running. And I know I'm not dreaming now because I'm on my feet and I'm running to where my room and my brother's share room, really, where I thought I would have been waking up at, right? And I'm realizing, like, oh snap, before I even get all the way to the room, we had bunk beds we shared. He did slept on top, I slept at the bottom bunk bed. But before I get to the room, I can see if he in there, and I don't see him. So I'm starting to slow down. Before I get all the way to the room, our room that we stayed in was right there at the attic. The attic, before I even get to the room and I'm peeping that my brother's not on the bed or not dead, and it's early in the morning, so in my head, he's supposed to be on the bed. The attic pops out. Lord behold. Why the attic pop out, and so this is why I call it a ghost story, but we're going to get deeper. This is what I mean by learning points. The attic pop out, and from what I could see, it was a skeleton with an animated face. And when I say animated faces, it was smiling at me, as if it was purposely doing that. So did I turn around? I turned around so fast. Out of there. Going back the other way. Now, I know I just came from the room, the master bedroom, where nobody was in. So I'm not going back there, but I'm headed in that direction. Why? Because the stairs there, too. So before I get to the master bedroom, how the house is laid out, the stairs is there. It's the hallway with the master bedroom, our bedrooms at the end, and across the bedroom is my sister's bedroom. And in that hallway, up is at the end of that hallway where our room and my sister's bedroom is. It's the attic. So now I'm running back to the opposite way, to the stairs and to the master bedroom. I cut back to downstairs. I'm fumbling. I'm talking about hit the stairs, fumbling. Boom. Finally get there. At the bottom, at the step. Man, I don't even feel like going through the house no more. I'm done with the house. Because again, stuff like this already happened. That shadow thing happened before this happened. So I'm done. Not to mention we heard footsteps in the attic before when we all was in the house sleep. To the point where we all had to wake up in our sleep, get my father. He had to go get his license strap and then go check the attic. In the middle of the night, we all heard it. Not no rats, not no raccoons. It's real footsteps, like a man walking in the attic, you know. So look, man. I hit them stairs, fumble all the way down them stairs. Get to the bottom. I'm done with the house. I'm not going through the house. The front door right there. I hit the front door. Ush. I still remember to this day. I have nothing on but my Power Ranger drawers. And even then, I thought I was going to get in trouble. I'm thinking, like, I can't come out. I'm leaving out this house. I even thought about it, like, I'm leaving out. I'm a little kid. Who cares? Even I thought about that at that time. As soon as I go outside, I'm screaming, help! Hey, didn't want to go too far. Help! Screaming. Help! You know what I'm saying? Little kid screaming, though. So, by the time I really get to the second or third help, my father already running around the corner from the back of the house because he's seen the house shake. Hallelujah. This is why I can tell this story in public. Like, I got friends I'll tell this story, certain friends, you know what I'm saying? But I always contemplated on telling this story public, you know, and not being, you know, spooking stuff or spoofying, making stuff seem so mystified, put it like that, or woo-de-woo. So this is why we're going to dive into this one for all my people who into ghost stories. The reason why we say that word. So anyway, I'm outside screaming. My father was coming around the corner by the second or third help. Boom. I look, I'm like, yes. Whoa. Hero, here we go. So he comes swoop me up. You know, whoa, what happened? I seen the house shake. I said, I seen a ghost. So at that point, it was no argument or no double hesitating because, again, he seen the house shake. In his head, I'm only 4. I'm 3 years old or 4. Ain't no way I shook the whole house. This is a 3-story house y'all be there. Ain't no way I shook that house. Not the whole house. And I was asleep, so I wasn't jumping on the bed, none of that, anyway. But my point is he was already around the corner, and when I told him it was a ghost, of course, in his mind, he's taking it as a grown, logic person. In his head, somebody's in the house. His evidence, all he needed was me to be screaming, and he seen the house shake, so he was already running around the house. He happened to be in the backyard, pulling the car around the back because he was going to work on the car for the day. So, story, that's for y'all just want to know, well, why was he outside? Anyway. He grabs me, he look in the house, security, runs upstairs, hurry up, go get his license strap. Just boom, now he goes to check the whole house. My father's in the protection and security, so he know how to secure the perimeter. So he's going around the whole house. Boom, boom. My father was in the military, so now he's really doing his thing. He's searching the house. Whoop, whoop. He got me behind him. You know what I'm saying? I'm real out little. I remember he got me in one arm, just and the other hand, like, basically behind him. Like, so if somebody hit him, he just hit him type tip. Like, you know, being a man. Checking all the cuts and the nooks and crannies. So we make it to the second level. He checked the first level, you know, where we sleep. Go downstairs. He checked the kitchen level, living room, dining room. Go in the basement. Check everything. He like, man, he put me down. He finally asked me, he said, what did you see? In the basement used to scare me, so I used to try to get up out of there. I'm like, I seen a ghost. I'm trying to get back upstairs, though. I see the ghost. I don't want nothing to happen. Not to him, I don't want nothing to happen, period. You know, as a kid, you just scared. So he's like, in his head, he's being a man, though. He in his house. He trying to figure out what he see, because now he don't feel comfortable until you figure out what's going on. So I would keep telling him it's a ghost. So he finally calmed me down, was like, okay, explain what the ghost was. So I told him what I just told y'all. The attic popped down. A skeleton-like body came out with a face, and it smiled at me. And he looked at me. He like, that's what you saying? And it was more of a, I believe you, but it's so crazy. And it's like, I mean, as a logical man, and like even as me thinking as a grown man, it's like I want to check the house again, but it's like I know I just checked the house was secure, especially if you're military and you in the security, so you know, like ain't nobody. I was still in. I just came from the front door. The only way somebody came in is through the front door. I was in the back, and I had the door locked. Ain't no way. So anyway, and the person couldn't run out through the back, so I'm gonna skip that part too. So my point is man, it was crazy, Brody. And after he asked me that, he took me back upstairs. He looked at the attic, because that's how serious it was. He said, "You see something come out the attic?" Looked at it, checked the attic again, and just was puzzled. We both was puzzled. After he told my mother that day, and she was puzzled, and you know, and to this day, I'm puzzled. Now, to dive in deep with that segue, to go on further, more stories, and, you know, around that way, and then moving into Foolsville and growing up a little, you know, in the streets. So, I think it's important to observe the word ghost and why I even naturally called it a ghost even then. Because why didn't I say I seen a skeleton? Straight up. Why did I say I seen a ghost? Then let's understand, how did a skeleton give me an animated type of face? Now let's dive into psychology, where I can't doubt that this is part of my mind, but I can't say that I'm crazy, and we can never, now that I'm 31 and I done went another, if I was 3 or 4, let's say I done went another 27 to 28 years of my life, proving that I'm logical and whoop-de-whoop, I'm analytical, and my IQ is very vicious and and I'm actually above average. Like on the average tip, I study, so like the average person couldn't even, you know, compete academically with me, put it like that. But everybody has their own thing, so that don't even mean nothing with the mental. Really, if people know something about psychology, the game is that I know I'm aware of myself, and I can allow other people to even study the situation. This is why I say I'm comfortable with putting it out there, because mine is no conspiracy, it's no theory, it's no if-ands, it's no fake I think I heard something, or devices that made the wind blow. No, this was an outside and an inside point of view, which is perfect. Again, my father, who's still living, can vouch, and who's seen the house shake from the outside. A 3-story house. When I was only 3, only one in the house. I seen what was inside, which I don't know, I guess the energy of it made the house shake, or why it made the house shake. I just felt the house shake, and I knew what was inside going on, which was a skeleton popping out the attic, smiling at me. Now, again, that was part of my mind, because I'm trying to figure out why and how did a skeleton smile at me, and I can only imagine myself logically, because again, I'm logical, that was part of my mind. But was it the facial expression part of my mind, or was it the actual skeleton, or was it not? And all of it was part of my mind, which, again, my father went to go check it after he checked the whole house, and it's like, well, it had to be part of my mind. But the house shaking wasn't, because me and my father shared that experience. Do you get it? So even then, I probably was right to naturally say a ghost, because a ghost, or what we call spirits and all the other stuff, can form and manifest how it wants, or how you can best perceive it, especially for the reason that it's manifesting, whether it was scare you, I don't know what it was doing to me, but that's for anybody, you know. And I'm glad I was able to share this story while I'm still living, because that helps anybody, you know what I'm saying? If you just take it for face value, because again, you might not think I'm telling the truth. I have no reason to lie. This is really about me going into the segue of my life. And it just so happened I have a ghost story, and it's like, yo, again, it's lessons within lessons. Let's take a lesson with that, because that lesson itself is what made me have an open mind to life, because I know, like, again, I don't have to believe like other people have stories, well, this and this, and then I seen this on TV. No, I experienced it. I know. To the point where I had to, again, check my own conscience and make sure I ain't crazy. Like, what did I see? And thank God, again, my father was outside to see the house shake, because if he didn't, then I would have to question only my psychology. Like, was I tripping? No. Something was there, and it's deeper than the energetic physical field that we see. You dig? It's just that real. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We don't know what it is, although there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The game is that we can start off with the fact that we actually still don't know what life is. What is this? The heck? So, I mean, take it how you want it. Maybe I do the second video, again, going in the segue, and then starting off with my father admitting it. I won't be talking to him too much now, but maybe I call him just to get him to, you know, tell y'all about him seeing the house shake, just to put that on a book for the records, because everything need to be certified these days. There's a lot of people who do things for hidden intentions. I don't have none for this one. Only intent is what I told you, is to give y'all my background so we can get back to knowledge and nation building, you know, because you can't, I don't even want to say leader, because this is, we know what they do to our leaders, but they, anyway, like that word, need to expose. But my point is that if you want to entrust with somebody who later feels like I can help make committees and organizations like we used to do, they can be publicly out there, so we can have a trust and a representation on where we are diverting our attention, currency, money, to. And we know why we're doing it, and we have a purpose on what we're doing it. A person like me who's starting it, you'll want to trust and know background. So this is why I'm just telling you this stuff. And yes, so for all my, again, people who see the supernatural, why we call it super, because this is super life period. We just happen to not see the other spectrum of lights, which is proven, which means there's other life, other lights forms. And what I'm saying is, it's not hard to guess. Just know I'm on your side. I'm just not with going too crazy with it. This is another lesson within a lesson. It's not to escape. It's not to be, oh, that means we just live and die, or we just need to. No, it means you still need to take care of business now. Be disciplined. Stay on your stuff, because what is real right now is real. Still your energy formation. And what's part of your mind is what's real. Is the point of this story too. This is why I'm lucky we had an outside perception and an inside perception. Because if we both was in the house, or again, if I only see it, then I had to question myself. And then if we both was in the house and he didn't see what I seen, then we had to still question myself. Maybe it'd be even if he still felt the house shake, but again, who knows? I think that's all for that one, man. Like I said, I just know I'm on y'all side. So this is why, again, another lesson within a lesson. We need our own institutions, schools, systems, educations, because food, so we can nourish our senses, because we have higher senses than a lot of people, and it is what it is. And this is what creates that inferiority complex. I keep telling y'all, it's not about no racism, it's about classism. It's about knowing yourself and loving yourself. And if you don't love yourself, then you leave the room to hate others. So, yeah, y'all. We need to be able to teach ourselves and sense ourselves and live as fulfilled as who we was made to live. Excuse me. Good tired. I don't want to mean to pass yarns. Yeah, that's what I'm about to call it, guys. But yeah, we have to, again, that's why I like some of these words with conspiracy theories or the conscious community or all these different jobs that's trying to clump people into a ideology that a person can capitalize you in, that makes them feel like they can skip past the detail that will actually help them open up the broader view and the general concept that would lead to the key to a lot of other doors. But without further ado, my point is I'm just thinking because I don't tell that story a lot, so I'm reminiscing right now. But again, y'all, we had to teach our own people because there's a lot of people who have a lot of stories. It's not about, excuse me, it's not about sharing them all day. And like I say, I'm excited about it, but I'm reminiscing. I'm not like one of these people just like, this is just what we on as a people, and this what we just got 6 cents. And no, I'm with exercising it. I'm with prioritizing it. I'm with having responsibility with it. Recognizing it first is the first thing to do before we get to all of that, you know. And so this is why I say I have a good story, because mine shows the real logical aspect, and I had an outside point of view to verify. So the game is that just knowing with y'all as we move on, and y'all see again how my life made me have this type of perception, and the reason why I created certain concepts, which is the reason why I understand that these concepts is one size fit all, and the perceptions is for to each his own. You know what I'm saying? And people have to stop arguing perceptions with opinions. You can't make somebody force their opinion stronger than another opinion, or force somebody to make you accept your opinion. It's okay. What we do have to do is respect concepts, because concepts is the common sense, and they should be connected to logic. They should be connected to formality. They should be connected to principles of morality. See what I'm saying? And the concept we got to do know is that, again, we don't see all the light spectrum. And because of that concept, we got to know, since we don't see all the light spectrum, since we don't sense everything, we got to know there's some things that we're missing. And with that being said, we got to be careful with life. It's the third time we gone. And being careful with life means being aware of it, being a scientist, y'all. We got to be a scientist of life again. Feel me? Be thrilled with everything, not just that infatuation. Because it's gold in the variety. It's abundance in the plethora of possibilities. And they're sitting there for us to explore, y'all. And we can't explore them. We can't explore them if we're being locked down. And this is what I meant by I reference to the conscious community of Woo, because you'll hear different terms and use for you're in a matrix, or you're Woo, you're in a prism, and whatever. People, shout out to some people though. Some people explain it very well and keep it logical, and they just use a term so they can catch people where they at. And that's all I'm even bringing it up for, so I can catch you where you at. But my point is that we are not living out our full potential as a human being, as the original being, who are solar. We are solar. We are meant to be able to capture other forces and energies that, to put it in a nice way, that these other ethnicities who have mixed with each other can't see. So, yep. Good night, nation. Night, man. I'll tell y'all about some more stories tomorrow. And we're going to talk about this, the street stuff that everybody want to hear, with the fights, the turnout, and how my leaf turned in life, and, and then how I turned my leaf back over, You want to hear about all of that. Shoots, I ain't going to say too many shootouts, but, stuff like that. Pow, pow, we out of there. Night, nation. Shalom. Peace. Shalom.